Hello beautiful people, thank you all for clicking on this video. I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. Today I'm making cassava and plantain fufu flour recipe. Just look at how soft and stretchy this fufu came out. I made the cassava flour and the plantain flour at home, so without wasting my time, let's get started. Alright, so to begin with, I have this cassava flour recipe, but I have the full video on my channel. This is just a recap of how I made this cassava flour. So all you need is your fresh cassava. Cut or peel it very nicely as I'm doing. After peeling off the skin from the cassava, we're going to wash it very nicely in a clean water. Make sure to wash this cassava very well, and just look at how clean this cassava looks right now. Alright, so next we're going to grate or cut our cassava into smaller pieces because we are going to sun dry this. If you have the dehydrator, you can also use that to dry your cassava very well. So I'm squeezing out the juice from the cassava to help the drying process very easy. You can also use a chiffon cloth to squeeze out the juice from the cassava to make your work very easy. After that, we're going to dry this in the sun for about 20 hours. Okay, and this is after 20 hours of drying. Our cassava is looking all crunchy right now. So we're going to transfer this into a mini blender and blend until it is nice and smooth. And because we grated this, the blending process was very easy, and with just one ingredient you have your homemade cassava flour just like that. I hope you're going to try this at home. So now let's move on to how I made my plantain flour as well. So all you need is some fresh plantain, green plantain of course, and I'm going to wash it very nicely to get rid of any dirt out from it. Now after washing your plantains very nicely, I'm going to cut the plantain into 2 equal parts. This helps me peel off the skin from the plantain very easily. You can use any method that you feel comfortable in it. And if you are still watching this video at this point and you haven't subscribed to my channel, baby, what are you waiting for? Kindly do subscribe to my channel and be part of this beautiful family. Thank you so much for doing that. Next, I'm going to use a slicer to slice this plantain really well because I want the drying process to be as easy as possible. You can also use a knife if you don't have this slicer. Okay, so this is what we have. We're going to sun dry this for about 20 hours. Okay, so after 20 hours, look how crunchy or crispy this looks. We're going to transfer this into our mini blender and blend until everything becomes very smooth. And to my returning subscribers and new babies right here, you guys are too much. High five to everyone. Thank you for liking my video, sharing and commenting. Fam, I am truly grateful. And after 1 minute of blending the plantain, look how smooth it came out. And with just one ingredient, you have your homemade plantain flour recipe. So now we're going to use our cassava flour and our plantain flour for our fufu recipe. So let's get right into it. To a pot, I'm going to add in my cassava flour, and this is about 1.5 cup of cassava flour. To that, I'm going to add in my 1 cup of plantain flour as well. And I'm going to go in with 1 cup of water. I'm not going to make this too watery because I'm not a fan of soft fufu. If you want your fufu to be very soft, feel free to add in more water if you want. Now, feel free to use your hand to mix your flour, or you can go in with a hand mixer as I am doing to make sure that you don't have any lumps in your flour. And do you see that thickness over there? That is how I want it. If you want it watery or you want it a little bit light, feel free to add in more water. On a medium heat, I'm going to stir my fufu flour very well until it thickens up beautifully. And the stirring process is similar to how we prepare banku in Ghana. As soon as you put this on fire, you don't want to leave this to create lumps in it, and when it starts to thicken up beautifully as you've seen right now, then you need to press your spatula against your pan to ensure lumps free of your fufu, because we want a very smooth fufu so we can enjoy it really well. And to avoid lumpy fufu when it's uncooked like this, that is when you have to do justice to the pressing or riding process, because at this point it's uncooked, so it is easily to break through the lumps very easy. But as soon as it starts to cook, trust me, no breaking here. So now after it has taken up beautifully, I'm going to go in with some water to cook this very well. Alright, so after 2 minutes of cooking it, I'm going to flip it over like so and stir for additional 1 minute before I'll add in extra water. And as you can see, I have part of the fufu cooked and other parts of the fufu uncooked, so I need to stir until everything is nice and well incorporated. If you don't do this, trust me, it is going to take long to cook, so make sure to stir everything together before you add in extra water to cook. And just look at that. I was just loving how stretchy this fufu, and the color too was just perfect. It wasn't too dark, and that is what I love about this fufu recipe. So next we're going to make sure that our spatula is well clean and our pot is also clean as well before we add in 1 cup of water to cook it very well. And look at that, after extra 2 minutes, do you see that golden color over there? I just love this. Guys, I love this, and I'm super happy this came out really good. It's looking all stretchy, and I'm just loving the color as well. Okay, so now after flipping it over, I'm going to allow the other side to also cook for about 2 minutes. And if you are still watching this video at this point and you haven't subscribed to my channel, baby, what are you waiting for? Kindly do subscribe to my channel, and while you're subscribing, don't forget to turn on the post notification bell and be among the first person to be notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you so much for doing that. And after extra 2 more minutes of cooking, our fufu is looking all good right now. Just look at that. I'm just loving the color and the stretchiness of this fufu, because I really want a very stretchy fufu, and I'm super happy this came out really good as well. And do you see that I don't have any lumps in this fufu? And this is because I really stirred the fufu very well from the beginning to prevent any lumps from it. Okay, so now the fufu is ready. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about this fufu flour recipe. I love it, and I know you love it as well. Just let me know in the comment section what you think about this fufu flour recipe. Next, I'm going to mold this fufu in my asanka, and I enjoy this fufu with some palm nut soup. And guys, I really enjoyed myself. If you don't want to stress yourself, please allow this fufu to cool down before you mold it. This was super hot. Okay, and just look at that, the fufu is looking all perfect right now. So now let's serve our fufu and enjoy ourselves. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point, and if you've watched this video to this point, that means you are a proud foodie member. And if you haven't turned on the post notification bell, kindly do turn it on and be among the first person to be notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye and stay blessed.